So here are some tips for you guys for the cool text effects. A lot of them you should be able to figure out on your own, but there may be a few where you get hung up. Outlines you should be able to do. Um, when you start a double outline like this, one tip that's going to make it easy to line up. Let's say you're just doing a one letter font. I'll make this a little bit bolder. A lot of times when you add a regular outline, you can add strangely to your shape, kind of fills in both sides, and that happens only when it's a font. If you outline it, type create outlines, then you can put and push your outlines outside. If you wanted to add a second color, like in this example, one nice feature in Illustrator, you can copy, and then after you copy, you can paste it in back so it goes directly behind the shape. So I paste this one in back, it automatically selects the one behind me. So if I go and change my color here, let's say I wanted to add yellow to this mix. You don't see anything yet because you haven't made your stroke larger, but really I have another color behind there. Yellow maybe was not the best color choice, but what's actually happening is you have two letters, one that was copied and pasted behind that. So that'll help you out for the second one. And for this one, all this is just two words pasted behind each other with it shifted. So when you do that, drop shadow, excuse me. When you do the drop shadow, you can copy one. So now I can take this and copy it, edit, copy, edit, paste in back. There's one behind there. I make it red. And you can use your arrow keys on your keyboard to shift the text behind there and kind of nudge it, it's called. So that creates the drop shadow effect. Reverse text is just a black rectangle with white text over it. To adjust the spacing between letters, you're going to always use your character palette. That's why I just pulled that up. It has a lot of options for you to choose from. So some of the times, to give a nice wide open modern look, we put a lot of tracking space in between our text. Your tracking button is right here. All these icons kind of give you an idea of what it's going to do. So width balance is a similar idea. The bottom text has a bigger tracking setting than the text on top to kind of balance out the sides here. Type on a path is something we have not shown you. Great tool. You can type along the edge of any shape. Circle is one of them. You can go ahead and click on an object and it will let you type around the edges. You can also move the location by switching to your selection tool and adjusting where you want that text to go. So type on a path is really a nice feature to go along the edge shape. The one thing that happens though is you'll notice the shape color goes away. So if you did want a circle or something like that, you'd have to put another one inside of it. Okay. Your break tool should be done the same exact way you did a lot of your shape tools. Same thing with Duotone. With your Pathfinder, you can divide those. Light to bold is just taking light font and going into a bold font with the same style. It'll let you create two words just in one line with no space in between. Your gradients have not done too much with those yet. Under swatches, you have a gradient category where you can pick from. You also have a gradient bar, which we'll get into a little bit more as we go along. The last one is another feature with your text that is really nice. If you have just plain text typed out and you want to give it a little bit more style, under Effect here and then Warp, you'll see there are a bunch of different options for you to pick from. You can also do it from your menu up here. If you click that icon, you can choose the different warp option. So each one is a little bit different. You have a lot of editing features and capabilities, picking the way you want it to bend. The most common one I use is probably this arc, but there are some other ones that are used, and this one is not the arc option. And then there's just another set of text inside there. So that should help you get started. Good luck.